What is up, Bears Nation? And as always, welcome back to the Bear Review. So, day 7 of the Chicago Bears training camp is in the books. And today was also the day I was finally able to get out to Halas Hall and put my own eyes on the team. Now, while it was a bit of a lighter practice, they still had some great standout performances, and I wanted to break it all down for you today. So let's not waste any time, and let's get right into it. Day 7 again was all about red zone work. After 2 straight high-intensity padded practices, the team took a bit of a breather today and came out in shells. But make no mistake, the tempo was still high. Overall, Caleb Williams and the offense were clicking this morning, though they still had a few small issues in terms of alignment and clock management. You can see they've taken a huge step forward from where they were. On the defensive side of the ball, Dennis Allen continued to do what he does best, and that's bring the heat with blitzes and disguised looks that really pressured the offensive line, forcing a bunch of scrambles and off-schedule plays, and the secondary was downright smothering at times. Overall, it was really a back-and-forth day on the field, but I have to give a slight edge to the offense at the end of the day. Speaking of the offense, we have to start looking at some individual standouts, and of course, we have to talk about Luther Burden III. Today was a breakout day for Burden, and honestly, he really did stick it to the guys that called him a bust after he missed that first week of training camp. He and Caleb linked up a few times throughout the day, including the play of the day, which was a beautiful crossing route that turned into a touchdown. And to be completely honest with you guys, I liked his toe dragger in the back of the end zone even more than the touchdown play. But you can see the awareness of Burden, how good his hands really are, and honestly, that felt just a lot better for me. It really showed to me and everyone else that was there the player that this kid can really be, and how much of a steal he was getting him in the second round. After practice, Coach Ben Johnson had some encouraging words, saying he's ramping up and will get more snaps as camp continues. And honestly, after today, and if he continues developing the way he has been, the wide receiver 3 role is firmly in Luther's grasp. Now let's talk about quarterback 1, Caleb Williams. He got off to a strong start today, and like I mentioned earlier today, he made a few nice connections with Luther Burden, capping off the dramatic touchdown play. He also showed off his legs today, capping off a drive with an amazing touchdown run, which I'm going to throw up on the screen for you here. After practice, Caleb was saying that he's trying to take the next step this year, and you can feel the focus from him when he's out there. He's locked in. Senator Dalman also gave him some love, saying Caleb's awesome and it's great to work with him. Head coach Ben Johnson said Caleb's also a lot more comfortable with the shifts and motions built into this offense, and that his behind-the-scenes prep has been really clean, and you can see that this work is translating to the field. I know it's early, but you can really see the command and confidence of the offense as a whole already starting to show. Now I quickly want to flip it over to the offensive line, where we saw a few new faces getting some work today. It seems that Braxton Jones and Jonah Jackson were likely taking veteran rest days. Rookie Ozzy Trapilo stepped in at left tackle with the first team and looked amazing. To stand in for Jonah Jackson, we saw the return of Ryan Bates. Yes, that Ryan Bates, the guy that completely disappeared last season. Overall, through the course of practice, Bates looked strong. It was almost like he didn't really miss a beat after losing out on most of last season. And honestly, guys, this is what camp is all about. Testing depth, seeing who can handle the reps, and build continuity across the line. Drew Dalman mentioned how important this is, saying every day you get more comfortable with the guy next to you. Chemistry takes time, and it looks like this group is finally starting to find a rhythm. Okay, so speaking of offensive line depth, I want to give a quick update on Luke Newman. We saw Newman take some reps at center with the backups back on day 5 after Doug Kramer went down. And while Doug Kramer was back this morning and drilling as a backup behind Drew Dalman, the interesting thing was we saw Luke Newman continue to practice at the center position. While he did spend most of his time backing up for the threes, it does speak volume on his versatility and just what he's willing to do to earn a roster spot on this team. And we all know how common injuries are on the offensive line on this team, so having a guy like Newman who can play multiple roles plays a big role in sorting out those problems as they pop up later on down the year. Speaking on the injury report, a lot hasn't changed over the last couple of days. The obvious Colston Loveland and Luther Burden are back on the field and playing at 100%, but in terms of players who were out today, we can only really go with Shemar Turner, who's still dealing with that ankle sprain, and cornerback Zoff Frazier, who's still away for personal reasons. And honestly, guys, that wraps up day 7 for the Bears training camp. Which brings me to this. If you guys do want to go to training camp, I do have one ticket left in my possession for August the 14th. And of course, I plan on giving that away. Now, you must be wondering to yourself, how do I get involved in this giveaway? Well, that's very easy, guys. All you need to do is drop a bear down in the comments and make sure to watch Bears Country Productions tomorrow night, where I'll be joining Shorty, PJ, Foster, and Carl to give the ticket away live on stream. Now, of course, if you've made it this far, I want to thank you all for watching. Today was an amazing day, and I hope to bring one of you at least that same experience. So if you liked the video, of course, drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more Bears content moving forward, and as always, bear down, guys.